Words. They shape us. Words move us. Words inspire our connection with each other. They express our joy, our pain, our experience of living. Welcome everyone to the celebration of words, CTA's 2019 Poetry Out Loud. Today we celebrate the realm of poetry and what is so often passed over in daily life, the miraculous, the unexpected, the undreamt of. Poems are necessary because they honor the unknown, both in us and in the world. They come from an undiscovered country. They are shaped into form by the power of language and set free to fly with wings, with images and metaphor. I'm Mr. Guinan. I'll be with you today for the competition. And before I introduce the finalists, a few acknowledgments and ground rules. First of all, let's be a good audience. As you know, the finalists have worked really hard to get to this point, and I'm sure you will give them your full attention. Please silence cell phones, turn on fact, just shut them off. You don't need it. As all of you know, finalists are judged on criteria set forth by Poetry Out Loud, a national competition. Schools across the country now are nominating their champion to regional, state, and then national competitions. The winner of the national championship in Washington, D.C. in May takes home a $20,000 prize. Not only will today's winner be invited to compete at the regional semifinals next Tuesday, but the winner will choose between two prizes. One, a $20 gift card to the Drexel Theater, or a dress code pass, which they can use for 5 days for him or herself, or for 2 days that they can share among their class. The following readings and recitations are based on the Poetry Out Loud criteria, which include physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, evidence of understanding, and overall performance. Performances are also judged on accuracy. Points are deducted for minor and major inaccuracies, or if the finalist needs help with the prompter. Thank you, Mrs. Schramm, for being our prompter. Finalists, if you need a prompting, please cue the prompter, and she will get you back on track if you need the prompting. Let's meet our judges. Amy Greenberg. Amy began writing poems when she was 8 years old. She wrote a collection of poetry and short fiction, and for her thesis project as an English major at Vassar College, she went on to write and publish poetry in the Hudson River Anthology, the Poetry Review, a Loving Voice Anthology, and Cap City Poets. She has presented her poetry at the Wright Center and has led poetry workshops as an artist in the schools for more than 15 years. She is currently in residence for the writing workshop at CTA this month. Mr. Spurlock has always had a passion for the English language, wit, and the beauty of words. He has a bachelor's degree in music and a license in early childhood education. He worked as a level literacy interventionist for the Columbus City schools and currently works in the tech integration coordinator for the upper school. We know him well. He still uses his skills and his interest in English language on a daily basis, teaching and writing about all of the amazing tech he's brought to our students so far. And our accuracy judge is the English teacher and writer extraordinaire, Miss Van Gundy. Miss Van Gundy will be evaluating just the accuracy and deducting minor and major points accordingly. And finally, I'd like to thank all of our judges, and special thanks also to Mrs. Van Gundy, who organized this event today, and to our sponsor, Aitan Flamka, a poet and educator, uncle of Aliyah, Bina, and Yaakov. That's Yaakov's uncle. Mr. Klamka's life's work was to help inner city students and develop their own poetic voice. Thank you. And now the finalists from the 9th grade. Please, 9th graders, start on this side and work your way over here. Jakob Newman. 9th grader Aiden Samuelson. grader, Sahar Import. 10th grader, Brooke Samuelson. 11th grader, Jillian Hersaki. 11th grader, Nahama Stebbin. Senior, Addison Horwitz. And senior, Shmuel Metz. Round 1 now commences. The poets will be asked to read a poem. They can read a poem. They can use the stender if they don't have to use the stender if they don't want to. They can read a poem. And they will be scored on it. That's round 1. Round 2 is the poetry out loud recitation from memory. So they don't get to use the stender or read it. So that the ante goes up as we go along. And now our first contestant, our first finalist, will be Jacob Newman for round 1.
Good to start. Yeah?
When you're prepared.
Don't bother the earth spirit who lives here. She is working on a story. It is the oldest story in the world, and it is delicate, changing. If she sees you, she will invite you in for coffee, give you warm bread, and you will be obligated to stay and listen. But this is no ordinary story. You will have to endure earthquakes, lightning, and deaths of all your loved ones. The most blinding beauty. It's a story so compelling, you may never want to leave. This is how she trapped you. See that stone finger over there? That is the only one who ever escaped.
Aiden Samuelson.
After the Gentle Poet, Kobayashi Isa, by Robert Hass. New Year's morning. Everything in blossom. I feel about average. A huge frog and I, staring at each other. Neither of us moves. This moth saw brightness. In a woman's chamber, burned to a crisp. Asked how old he was. The boy in the new kimono stretched out all 5 fingers. Blossoms at night, like people, moved by music. Napped half the day, no one punched me. 50th birthday. From now on, it's all clear profit. Every sky. Don't worry, spiders. I keep house casually. These sea slugs, they just don't seem Japanese. Hell. Bright autumn moon. Pond snails crying in the saucepan.
Sahar Import.
Eagle Plane by Robert Francis. The American eagle is not aware he is the American eagle. He is never tempted to look modest. When orators advertise the American eagle's virtues, the American eagle is not listening. This is his virtue. He is somewhere else. He is mountains away. But even if he were near, he would never make an audience. The American eagle never says he will serve if drafted, will dutifully serve, etc. He is not at our service. If we have honored him, we have honored one who unequivocally honors himself by overlooking us. He does not know the meaning of magnificent. Perhaps we do not altogether either, who cannot touch him.
Brooke Samuelson.
On Quitting by Edgar Albert Guest. How much grit do you think you've got? Can you quit a thing that you like a lot? You may talk of pluck. It's an easy word. and where you go, it's often heard. But can you tell to a jot, or guess just how much courage you now possess? You may stand to trouble and keep your grin, but have you tackled self-discipline? Have you issued commands to yourself to quit the things that you like to do? And then, when tempted and sorely swayed, those rigid orders, have you obeyed? Don't boast of your grit till you've tried it out, nor prate to men of your courage stout. In the face of a fight, there's a chance to win, but the sort of grit that's good to own is the stuff you need when you're all alone. How much grit do you think you've got? Can you turn from the joys that you like a lot? Have you ever tested yourself to know how far with yourself your will can go? If you want to know if you have grit, just pick out a joy that you like and quit. It's a bully sport and it's open fight. It will keep you busy both day and night. For the toughest kind of game you'll find is to make your body obey your mind. And you will never know what is meant by grit unless there's something you've tried to quit.
Woo! Hitzaki.
300 Goats by Naomi Shihab Nye. In icy fields, is the water flowing in the tank? Will they huddle together, warm bodies pressing? Is it the year of the goat or the sheep? Scholars debated, Chinese zodiac. Follower or leader? Oh, lead them to a warm corner, little ones towards the bulkier bodies. Lead them to the brush which cuts the icy wind, another frigid night swooping down. Aren't you worried about them? I asked my friend, who lives by herself on the ranch of goats, far from here near the town of Ozona. She shrugs. Not really. They know what to do. They're goats.
Nahama Stebbin.
After working 60 hours again, for what reason? I bob him. The best job I had was moving a stone from one side of the road to the other. This required a permit, which required a bribe. The bribe took all my salary. Yet because I hadn't finished the job, I had no salary. I took a job moving a stone, the other way. Because the official wanted his bribe, he gave me a permit for the second job. When I pointed out that the work would be best completed if I did nothing, he complimented my brain and wrote a letter to my employer suggesting promotion on a stationary bearing the wings of a raptor spreading flight over a mountain smaller than the bird. My boss, fearing my intelligence, paid me to sleep on the sofa and take lunch with the official, who required a bribe to keep anything from being done. When I told my parents, they wrote my brother to come home from university, to be slapped on the back of the head. Dutifully, he arrived and bowed to receive his instructions, at which point sense entered his body, and he asked what I can do by way of the job. I pointed out there were stones everywhere, trying not to move, and all it took was a little gumption to be the man who didn't move them. It was harder to explain the intricacies of not obtaining a permit to not do this. Just yesterday, he got up at dawn and shaved, as if the lack of hair in his face had anything to do with the appearance of food on an empty table.
Addie Horwitz.
Onions by William Matthews.
happiness begins by dicing onions. A lump of sweet butter slithers and swirls across the floor of the sauté pan, especially if its errant path crosses a tiny slick of olive oil. Then a tumble of onions. This could mean soup, or risotto, or chutney, from the Sanskrit chatni, to lick. Slowly, the onions go limp, and then nacreous, and then what the cookbooks call clear, though if they were eyes, you could see clearly the cataracts in them. It's true, it can make you weep to peel them, to unfurl and to tease from the top ball first the brittle, caramel-colored and decrepit papery outside layer, the least recent, the reticent onion. Wrapped around its growing body, there's nothing to an onion but skin. And it's true, you can go on weeping as you go on in through the moist middle skins, the sweetest and thickest. And you can go on into the core, to the bud-light, acrid, fibrous skins densely clustered there, stocky and incomplete. And these are the most pungent, like the nuggets of nightmare and rage and murmuring animal comfort that infant humans secrete. This is the best domestic perfume. You sit down to eat with a rumor of onions still on your twice-washed hands and lift to your mouth a hint of a story about loan and usual endurance. It's there when you clean up and rinse the wine glass and make a joke, and you leave the minutest whiff of it on the light switch later when you climb the stairs.
Shmuel Metz.
Driving in Oklahoma by Carter Rivara. On humming rubber along this white concrete, lighthearted between the gravities, of source, destination like a man halfway to the moon, in this bubble of tuneless whistling at 70 miles an hour from the wind vents, over prairie swells rising and falling, over the quick off-ramp that drops to its underpass, and the truck thundering beneath as I cross with the country music twanging out my windows and grooving down this highway feeling. Technology is freedom's other name. When a meadowlark comes sailing across my windshield with breast shining yellow and 5 notes pierce the wind horn like a flash of nectar on mine. Gone as the country music swells up and drops me, wheeling down my notch of cement-bottomed sky between home and away, and wanting to move again through country that a bird has defined wholly with song, and maybe next time see how he flies so easy when he sings.
Good luck, finalists. Newman, Daniel's in the house.
He was a big man, says the size of his shoes on a pile of broken dishes by the house. Tall man too, says the length of his bed in an upstairs room. And a good, God-fearing man, says the Bible with a broken back on the floor by the window, dusty with sun. But not a man for farming, says the fields cluttered with boulders and the leaky barn. A woman lived with him, says the walls papered with lilacs and the kitchen counters covered in oilcloth. And they had a child, says the sandbox, made from an old tractor tire. Money was scarce, says the jarred plum tomatoes, whatever they're called, and cellar hall. And I'll come back. Says the jarred fruit preserves and canned tomatoes sealed in the cellar hole. Winter was harsh, says the rags in the window frames. And it was lonely here, says the long, narrow country road. Something went wrong, says the empty house in the weed-choked yard. Stones in the field say it was not a farmer. The still-sealed jars in the cellar say she left in nervous haste. And the child? His toys are strewn in the yard like branches after a storm. A rubber cat, a rusty tractor with a broken cloud, a dog in overalls. Something went wrong, they say.
Ready? Aiden Danielson.
Lying is an occupation by Leitita Pilkington. Lying is an occupation used by all who mean to rise. Politicians owe their station, but to well-concerted lies. These to lovers give assistance to ensnare the fair one's heart. And a virgin's best resistance yields to this commanding art. Learn the superior science, should you rise in church or state. Bid to truth a bold defiance, 'tis the practice of the great.
Sahar Import.
Dressing My Daughters by Mark Jarman. One girl, a full head taller than the other, into their Sunday dresses. First, the slip, hardly a piece of fabric, softly stitched and printed with a bud. I'm not their mother. And tangle, then untangle the whole cloth, on backwards have to grab it round their necks. But they know how to pull arms in, a reflex of being dressed, and also a child's faith. The massive stuff that makes the Sunday frocks collapses in my hands and find its shape only because they understand the drape of it. These skinny keys to intricate locks. The buttons are a problem for a surgeon. How would she connect these bony valves and stubborn eyelids? The filmy dress revolves in my blind fingers. The slots work one by one. And when they're put together, not like puppets or those doll saints that bring tears to true believers, but living children, somebody's real daughters, they do become more real. They say, stop it, and give it back, and I don't want to. They'll kiss a doll's hard features, whispering, I'm sorry. I know just why my mother used to worry. Your clothes don't keep you close. It's nakedness. Clad in my boots and holster, I would roam with my 6-gun buddies. We dealt fake death to one another. Fell and rolled in filth and rose, grimy with wounds, then headed home. But Sunday, what was that tired explanation given for wearing clothes that scratched and shone and weighed like a slow hour? That we should learn, in gratitude. So I give that explanation undressing them, and wait for the result. After a day like Sunday, such a long one. When they lie down, half dead, to be undone, they cry, it's not my fault.
Brooke Samuelson.
travel into the future at a rate of 1 second per second, which seems slow to the physicists and to the grant committees and even to me. But I managed to get there, time after time, to the next moment and to the next. Thing is, I can't turn it off. I keep zipping ahead. Well, not zipping. And if I try to get out of this time machine, open the latch, I'll fall into space, unconscious, then desiccated. And I'm pretty sure I'm afraid of that. So I stay inside. There's a window, though it shows the past. It's like a television or fish tank, but it's never live. It's always over. The fish swim in backward circles. Sometimes it's like a rear view mirror, another chance to see what I'm leaving behind. And sometimes, like blackout, all that time wasted sleeping. Myself, age 8, whole head burnt with embarrassment at having lost a library book. Myself, lurking in the paneled corner, expecting to be found charming. Me, holding a rose, though I want to put it down so I can smoke. Me, exploding at my mother, who explodes at me because the explosion of some dark star all the way back struck hard at mother's mother's mother. I turn away from the window, anticipating a blow. I thought I'd find myself an old woman by now, traveling so light in time. But I haven't gotten far at all. Strange not to be able to pick up the pace as I'd like. The past is so horribly fast.
Jillian Kutsagi.
Wonder Bread by Alfred Korn. Loaf after loaf, in several sizes, and never does it not look fresh, as though its insides weren't moist, or warm crust not the kind that spices a room with the plump aroma of toast. Found the table, among shadows, next to the kitchen phone. Dispatch FedEx, without return address though. Someone, possibly more than one person, loves me. Well then, who? Amazing that bread should be so weightless, downright when handled as a meat. Dying to taste it, takes a slice, which lasts just long enough to reach my mouth. But then, at first bite, nothing. Nothing but air. Thin air. Oh, one more loaf of Wonder Bread, only a pun for bread. Seductive visually, but you could starve. Get rid of it! Throw it in the river! Beyond which, grain fields. Future food. For the just and the unjust. Those who love and do not love.
Nechama Stebbin.
Negative by Kevin Young. Wake to find everything black. What was once white, all the vice versa. White maids on TV, black sitcoms that star white dwarves, cute as pearl buttons. Black presidents, black houses, white horse candidates. All bleach birds clothes black. Drive roads, white as you are. White songs on the radio, stolen by black bands, like secret pancake recipes. White backup singers, ball players, and boxers, all white as tar. Feathers on chickens, dark as everything, boiling in the pot that called the kettle honky. Even whites of the eye turn dark, clear and changing as a cat's. Is this what we've wanted and waited for? To see snow covering everything, black as Christmas, dark pages written white upon? All our eclipses bright, dark stars shooting across pale sky, glow like ash and fire, shower every skin. Only money keeps green, still grows and burns like grass under dark daylight.
Eddie Horwitz.
I go back to May 1937 by Sharon Olds. I see them standing at the formal gates of their colleges. I see my father strolling out under the ochre sandstone arch, the red tiles glinting like bent plates of blood behind his head. I see my mother, with a few light books at her hip, standing at the pillar made of tiny bricks. The wrought iron gate still open behind her, its sword tips aglow in the May air. They are about to graduate. They are about to get married. They are kids. They are dumb. All they know is they are innocent. They would never hurt anybody. I want to go up to them there and say, stop. Don't do it. She's the wrong woman. He's the wrong man. You are going to do things you cannot imagine you would ever do. You are going to do bad things to children. You are going to suffer in ways you have not heard of. You are going to want to die. I want to go up to them there in the late May sunlight and say it. Her hungry, pretty face turning to me, her pitiful, beautiful, untouched body, his arrogant, handsome face turning to me, his pitiful, beautiful, untouched body. But I don't do it. I want to live. I take them up like the male and female paper dolls and bang them together at the hips, like chips of flint as if to strike sparks from them. I say, do what you are going to do, and I will tell about it.
Okay, last but not least, Shmuel Metz.
Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a day. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance, for nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as man can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
That was marvelous, everyone. A round of applause for these awesome performers. We have just a couple of minutes left before the bell. The judges are tabulating. We would like to announce buses are here. I'll be very quick again. Very impressive work on all the part of the finalists. Well done. It's very close race to the end. I'm going to announce the winner and the runner-up of the, actually I'll announce first two. We got to go. The top two are our seniors, Addison and Shmuel. And the winner, who will be advancing to the regional final, is Addison Horwitz.